I'm sorry, the rooster is acting like an idiot out here. I think I'm going to have to start over. Would you get out of here? Yeah, same to you. Stupid rooster. Falling all over everything. Get out. Yeah, right. Well, it was your own fault. Hi there. It's Mel with One Woman and 2 Acres. Guess what time it is? It's tea time. So, get your favorite cup of tea, your very favorite cup, your very favorite tea, and come on, let's go look at all the stuff I've been up to for the last month or so, since the last tea time. It's a lovely cup of tea. Alrighty. Now, I've added 2 categories. The first one is food, where I did oat cereal, and I use raisins and dried cranberries. But people are using fresh berries. They're using chocolate chips and bananas. They're making breakfast bars out of it. Sounds so good. I did mayo. Mine is with mustard. So you know, some people don't like mayo. I'm sorry. I mean mustard. This rooster has just fallen off my patio table. So now he's mad. Okay, so the mayo. Some people don't like mustard. So I'm going to be doing regular mayonnaise because let's face it, you can't eat that mayo with a banana and peanut butter sandwich. You just can't do it. So that's what we're going to do. I also made dog food for those of you who want to feed your dog. Good, healthy, scrumptious stuff. Plus, I wanted to let you know that you can feed your dog raw chicken bones. They don't splinter and stuff. It's the cooked ones that splinter. So what I do with my cooked ones is I save them up in my freezer and put them through a meat grinder. Now they're all mushed up and stuff, and I add that to their dinner. And it's wonderful. Calcium and all the minerals and wonderful stuff in it. So that's good. I also did a book review. It was on small scale pig raising. It was a wonderful book. It's by Dirk, D-I-R-K, Van Loon. And it was really well written. I enjoyed reading it. So, if you're interested in raising pigs, that's a great book. If you're not interested in raising pigs, read it anyway so you can tell me what I've forgotten when I finally get there. The garden and the greenhouse. Okay, I did the Dutch bucket, and everything works. All the apparatus came together, and it works, but nothing's growing right. I'm putting some stuff in containers with soil, and some I'm putting in in the Dutch buckets. They're not doing very well. So, if you got any suggestions, please let me know. Cardboard and straw. Yay! I loved that. I had more fun doing that. It was almost like ice skating across those boards with a straw on it, but it was a lot of fun. And now we have a question. Why cardboard? Somebody asked, why do I use cardboard all over my yard? Which is a very good question. I'm sure my neighbors want to know too, if they can see it, if they ever see it. I do cardboard to reconstitute my soil. What I do is I put the cardboard down and I put the straw on top of that. Well, I need to put manure on top of that. I know that. But I have to go find poo. So I have to find a ranch or a stable, hopefully with a big mound of poo. And so I can dig down at the bottom and bring home poo. The things I get into. And I only have one tomato plant that lived. Of the seeds that I put down, I didn't put down many seeds anyway, but one lived. And it's doing really well. A fence post fell on it. The whole fence fell on it. I just picked it back up, and I've had to string it up twice, tie it to my frame. And it's doing great. I have flowers on it. That's very nice. And I think it did well because I grew beans in that plot, lots of nitrogen. So what I did is I put peas around the frame, and I hope it does well. And if it does, that's what I'm going to be doing next year, big time. And my chores. Starting with the chickens, I'm getting eggs. They started laying last week. I now have 24 eggs in my fridge. I've given away a half dozen. They're really laying eggs. So they're doing a great job. The tree limb fence post, somebody had a lovely comment on that one. They said if you want your fence post to survive, to last longer, you take the bark off. I knew that. I forgot that. Good duh. So, yeah, if you're going to do that, take the bark off. I didn't remember it until he said something, and I said, oh, that was stupid. Well, anyway, have your tree limb fences last longer. Take the bark off. The fencing around the chicken coop, it worked. I mean, they were fine until the hens decided they wanted to get out and come and visit, which they do. So what they do is they jump up on my porch, because there's only like a 2.5 foot section of my porch that they can jump up and get through the little bars. And they jump up there, and if I'm not around, then they toddle down the stairs and off they go to play. Well, Lunch, the rooster, he's their protector. I have to have him protecting and he's good at it. I have to have him protecting the hens. So I opened it up again. So that went nuts. But they are laying their eggs in the coop, in that little kennel that I put in there. They're laying their eggs in there. I think one of them has decided on a different place, though, and I don't want them to learn that, so I got to find it. One more thing. That SketchUp graphic the graphic I did was done in SketchUp. I like that program. That's fun, and it's free, which I really like. That just shows the 2 gardens that are fenced, and they go out just past my garage. Like if I extended that out another, 100 feet or more, and got on the other side of the driveway, that would be where the pigsty or the pigs are going to be, I hope. I'm not positive on that. Everything can change, But no, trying to figure out where the pigs are going to be, that's just my front yard. Okay, so if you want to see a picture of just my property and the lines of it, I swear the surveyor had to have been drunk. Had to have been. You go to my blog, which is One Woman, I forgot my name, One Woman and 2 Acres at blogger.com. It's not Blogspot, it's blogger.com. Blogger. I'll put it in. It'll be in the description along with, like everything else. The porch kitchen shelf. I love it. It has been so handy. Of course, I've moved things around because I was busy out here. But, and it doesn't get in the way of my grill, so I can cook in the fire when it's getting started, how it flames up. But it doesn't get in the way of that, and so it's not going to burn my house down. Good point. And a couple of people asked, you're going to have more shelves, aren't you? Yeah, I am. Of course, now it's August, so it's getting toward the time where it's going to start cooling off, so I can't really do a lot, like with herbs and whatnot. But the light coming in here, which is sort of westerly, you'll see if you look at that picture of my property. It has beautiful light out here, over here in the morning and over here in the evening. So I'm thinking I'll put up, yes, more shelving, That's going to happen. And the video that I did on the shelf, I deleted it because I guess I had internet trouble, and the whole end of it got cut off, and I got comments saying, well, did you finish it? Or, I can't wait till it finishes. And I'm like, what? So I went on, it had cut off the end of my video. So before I answered anybody and said, oh, I'm going to re-upload the right one and all that, yeah, well, I deleted it. So I deleted your comment, so I couldn't even get back to you. I couldn't think who it was that said it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a dope. But it's back up and it's running and everything's good. Painting. I still haven't finished painting. I still haven't finished painting my bedroom. And Whirling Dervish, my lovely cat, she hates it. She's so mad at me because everything's in a jumble. You know, you kind of have to climb over things to get through my bedroom. Only me. But she'll look, and she'll look at me, and she'll look at that, look back up at me with a scowly face. She can't stand it. She can't. I've got to do something about that just to placate the cat. And the screen door that is not finished. I've got to do more with it. It's kind of, it rakes down, you know. So I have to do more. But it's up, it's functional, it works. I'm thinking about also putting in a pet door. Although I'm reconsidering it because the chickens come up and look at me through the, you know, you can see it, hello! The chickens are looking at me through the screen because it's down low. They couldn't do that before. They like that. Okay, what else? Oh, Amazon. Forget it. Use your own account because I can't figure out what to do. All I'm going to do is put up my old textbooks, and I only graduated college in 2011, December. So yeah, I'm going to sell my textbooks on there, and you don't want these. And people are going to my blog. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, like I said, it is 1 Moment in 2 Acres at blogger.com or .blogger.com. I'm getting at and dots and everything all messed up. Well, you know what I'm doing. So, yeah. Anyway, people are going to it and they seem to like it. So, and I can only upload or publish stuff like once every 2 weeks. Well, I got busy and I can't get to it, and then I'm reading, and then I'm doing all these things, and I'm just exhausted. So anyway, and of course, everybody, a little bit of applause for the new camera and audio. Can you hear me now? So that's all fun, and I need lots and lots of prayers and all that for my dog training business. I'm putting an ad in. I'm hoping to get calls here pretty soon. Hopefully I will get calls. I'm really looking to get this business off the ground because I've had to take a job at a local grocery store in the deli. I'm always a grease pit. I smell like greasy burnt chicken all the time. I can't stand the place. But they're actually getting to the point, I've got them trained. They're saving the bigger boxes for me. That's awesome. They're saving buckets for me. I love it. So, and even the bakery is like, you're so funny. So they're, yeah, so I'm getting lots and lots of boxes and lots of buckets and, you know, all that stuff that I need. So, there's always a good side to bad junk. There just is. So, and I always go in and I'm always smiling and I always have fun and I forget things and I make the managers mad and I don't care. And I guess they just kind of throw up their hands. They're telling me I haven't gotten fired. So, I mean, it's not like I've ever done it before. So, here I am, college degree, working part-time. I make like $130 a week. That's nothing. So, the dog training thing, that's helping a lot. Now that's done. I did have a question. Sorry, I had to get my computer for this because I can never remember anything. Mouse Toes. Oh, she had a question, and I didn't write it down, so I just went and got the computer. I'm so lazy. How many places did you look at before deciding on the Cockeyed Cottage? And how afraid were you, if at all, when you embarked on this as a single chick? Well, as a matter of fact, here, go away, you bug me. Um, as a matter of fact, I looked at several places, not with the real estate agent, I just looked. I found them on Zillow, and I'd go and see them. I came up to Georgia to visit, and I knew I wanted to move out of Orlando, Florida. Honey, I'm, I couldn't stand it anymore. I've always wanted to be in and around the mountains. I want land. I want a home. I want some stuff. So, yeah, it was for the best. So I'd come up to visit, and I told them I wanted to, get a place. And I'd looked at a couple of them. Well, I couldn't find a real estate agent that was worth two toots. So I guess, I'd gone home, and I found somebody who was wonderful. So I came back up to Georgia, and it's northeast Georgia. I came back up to Georgia and saw a place, and I liked it. It was a house, not a mobile home. It was a house, like 3-bedroom, 1 bath. It wasn't very big, but the property had a barn and a pole barn. It was like an acre and a third. And I thought, I could do something with that. And most of it was flat, kind of nice. Houses around and stuff, I'd have had neighbors and whatnot. But I liked it, and so I put an offer on it. And there was, you do the real estate dance. I offered, they countered, I countered, whatever. And then I never heard from them. And I was still talking to the real estate agent. By then, I had sold the house. I had nowhere to live. So, my friend Christina let me move in with 4 cats and 2 dogs, I'll have you know. Plus, she had dogs. Plus, we were raising 3 puppies. Plus. I mean, it was a fiasco. So yeah, but I stayed with her almost a month before I went on Zillow, and I found, my cats are arguing. I found a place. Found this place on Zillow, and I went to my real estate agent and I said, "Baby, I found something. It sounds right." And she said, "I'll go look." So she did. She went and looked, and my friend, she used to be my sister-in-law. She was my brother's ex-wife. She's been remarried and stuff for over 20 years. So she's a friend. So she and her husband came over, Keith, came over to look at the place before I ever saw it. I didn't see it till after I bought it. I put an offer in on it, lowballed, and they came, countered, I accepted, and I got it. And I got it for very little because it was a foreclosure. But it had to have some work done on it, so yeah. And how afraid was I? I wasn't. I was ready. I was so ready to leave Florida. And I absolutely love it here. I guess the most intimidating thing was driving the biggest U-Haul that they have. And in the cab with me were 2 dogs and 4 cats. Now, 2 of the dogs, of course, they're loose on the seats and stuff. 1 cat is loose on the seat because that's my Derv. And the others were in crates. My poor boy. I have a cat. He's the biggest one of them all, but he's the baby. He's mentally challenged. And he whined. Not often, but enough. And I'd have to talk to him and coo to him. And then about every hour and a half, it's, "I don't want to be in here. I have to pee. I've got to go. I want to walk." Oh, my word. And you can imagine. It was quite interesting. I got a lot of looks. I'd come out of this great big truck. I'd get 2 dogs out and 1 cat, and we'd go walking off to the doggy area so that they could all go pee and poo and do whatever they had to do, or just stretch their legs. It took forever to get to Georgia. But as far as that was most intimidating. After that, I didn't care. I could do, as far as I was concerned, I could do anything. which is probably not true, but I felt I could, and therefore I can. So I don't remember fear. I remember a little trepidation about driving the truck with all the animals, and then being angry because the one that I wanted first fell through, or they just never answered me. They were terrible. Dealing with that bank is the worst. And I'm not even going to say who it is. But that's my story. So if you have any more questions or just want to, have me answer something or, tell somebody something, go ahead and you can email me at onewomanandtwoacres@gmail.com. You can put a comment here. You can do a personal message. You can go to my blog to see what all's going on over there, where I write my ideas and my thoughts. How special. Oh. And that is at blogger.com. I keep saying that. It's blogger.com. I'll put all of it down in the description. And prepare yourself. There's another month ahead of us, and we have so much to do. Thank you so much for spending tea time with me. I'm Mel with One Woman and Two Acres. Y'all have a blessed day.